last 5 races of wins, Clay Rogers hopes to repeat victory lane for the first time in the ARCA Series.
Green flag in the air,
and it is not sanitary. It wasn't clean at all. Clay Rogers got on the gas, and his car went every which way.
Mikey Kyle, the 25 car, started from the outside of the front row, completely sideways when he jumped in the throttle.
Craig Ghost was the first to cross the stripe when the green flag flew. Of course, our pole winner. Patrick Sheltra has moved up into the 2nd spot in that green number 60.
There's Nelson Piquet Jr., the 6th car, trying to work his way under Joey Coulter. There's Frank Kimmel. Frank had a very good race car. Felt like he should have qualified.
Oh, man, that's tough.
You got a little bit loose there, Nelson Piquet.
You get up that close to another car, Piquet will learn. It'll go around on you in a hurry.
Frank's going to make it 3 wide here.
We saw in the Burger King track description, obviously it's a 2-mile racetrack, but it seems like they are turning almost the whole way around this place. The corners are huge.
They're very sweeping turns, and they're not banked a great deal. You know, usually when you have this type of speed, over 200 miles an hour down in the corner, you got a little bit more banking to lean against. Here at Michigan, what you have is a lot of room to negotiate your, to let your car slide up the hill if it won't stick. But like PK on the inside of Coulter, when you don't have that room, it gets a little dicey.
But right now, no one has anything for Craig Ghost, who is almost 4 seconds in front of 2nd place.
There's a good battle back here. That's Grant Enfinger in the inside. The 09 car. Rob Brent just went by him. The 36 car on the outside. That is a battle up just inside the top 15. A battle for 13th.
Both these guys know how to get to the front. Certainly, we have talked about Rob Brent last week, driving all the way through the field up to the 6th spot from 33rd. So,
and that's Chad McCumbee, the 1 car. He's a former winner. 2 wins in this series. Ooh, very, very slow on the inside of the racetrack. Got Rob Brent out of the throttle that allowed Grant Enfinger to drive by on the outside.
Looks like Enfinger's got a good run. He's going to go to the bottom of Chad McCumbee. Those guys really checked up when they got down into turn 3 there, and Enfinger's going to take advantage of that.
I talked to Grant in the garage area yesterday. Said they don't have a whole lot of support to run many more races, but whenever he shows up, he really runs well. Had a couple runner-up finishes. He's only had 11 previous starts in his career and 2 runner-up finishes last year at Chicago and Talladega.
Did you see how he respected that position he was in as he went into turn 1? He knew he was really low, had a car on his outside, so he really backed up the corner, got in easy. It cost him the position there on the track, but it certainly kept him from spinning out and causing himself bigger problems. Look, now he's going to go down on the low side and complete that pass.
Craig Ghost still has a 3.5-second lead over Mikey Kyle, Steve Arpin, Patrick Sheltra, and Clay Rogers rounding out your top 5.
But when he built the majority of that 3.5-second lead, Phil, Mikey Kyle was hung behind Patrick Sheltra, Clayton Rogers. They were all mixing it up. While that was happening, Craig Ghost just drove off. Since then, he was almost 4 seconds ahead. Since then, Mikey Kyle's been able to run laps as faster than Ghost and has closed that margin. So Craig might have had a lot of confidence about the start of his race and said, I'm driving away from these people, but things are changing now.
What else? Craig Ghost still out in front, running 2nd, Mikey Kyle.
Yeah, Grant Enfinger just was able to take over the 5th position from Patrick Sheltra. Grant's really doing a nice job. Started back in the 17th position. Chad Hockenbraw.
Yeah, 27 laps, and we've got somebody on pit road already.
Oh, got trouble.
We have a problem on the racetrack. That's the 99 of Josh Richards. The right front looks to have blown on that race car. We are still green, though. There is no yellow flag. As you see the 99 and now some debris on the racetrack. I'm sure that the ARCA racing officials are going to see that and probably slow this field down.
Yeah, you see there's some debris right there on the racetrack, and that is in fact on the racetrack
right off turn 4. It's low in the groove, but see what happens. It blew a right front tire. It looks
There's
like
the caution flag, and it comes out for debris. That debris we talked about on the racetrack. So after 27 laps of green flag racing, the right front goes away on the 99 of Josh Richards. He gets up into the outside wall and does quite a bit of damage to the right side of that race car.
That's a team car to the 09 of Grant Enfinger, but tough break for Josh. Just saw him run a K&N Pro Series the East Division race last week at Martinsville, Virginia. So trying to get some versatility going on in his stock car career.
We saw the 58 of Chad Hockenbraw on the pit road just moments before the 99 of Josh Richards got into the wall. Potentially, I mean, it would have been too early for fuel. Maybe Chad Hockenbraw felt something and decided that it was time for him to come in and maybe change right side tires.
See way off in the distance the 99 of Josh Richards.
Already up into the outside wall.
Yeah, that was way early, but it looked like classic right front tire failure, whether he cut something, ran over a piece of debris possibly, or maybe even this early in the race could have had a bit of a rub on a fender or something that finally took that tire out.
He was running in the 19th position. Right now, 18 cars on the lead lap. The 17 of Chase Mattioli will get our Aaron's lucky dog.
Shedding debris coming off of the race car, and that's why we are under our first caution from Michigan International Speedway in the ARCA Racing Series.
That car stalled or stopped just at the entrance to pit road, so I wouldn't be surprised if the ARCA officials will leave pit road closed right now until they get that car off pit road.
But Armstrong on the inside in the 22, Craig Ghost on the outside in the 81. Ghost is your race leader. Dakota Armstrong, a lap down car on the bottom of the racetrack.
Remember, in this series, lead lap cars on the outside for restarts, lap down cars on the inside.
Dakota Armstrong needs to hold that position up there at the front. He got a lap down, couldn't quite get the Aaron's lucky dog. Look at the start that Ghost gets. That looks a whole lot like the first start, doesn't it? He just drove away.
Here comes Steve Arpin in the 55, trying to chase down the 81 of Craig Ghost.
See, Frank Kimmel got marred back in traffic there, back in the 14th place on the restart. And that's what's so fun about those double file restarts they have in NASCAR, Phil. He's in 14th in the 14th place, but he lined up 28th in the ARCA series because the lap cars were down on the inside. In Cup, he would have been on the 7th row with a closer shot at the front. So this is fun for, I don't know if these guys are quite ready for all that. You know, we see those restarts in Cup, guys start running over each other. So this is a great way to learn how to race at MIS, but I don't know if you want to learn how to do a double file restart here.
And when we talk to the ARCA officials, they say exactly that. He said, I'm not sure we're ready at this point to have a shootout style double file restarts.
I agree with that. I love these cats get to learn how to race in a more relaxed fashion. I mean, you look at Ghost and Arp and Mikey Kyle, 3 wide here by, or trying by Patrick Shelter. Inside Joey Coulter, will that work? That's not going to
slide up.
3 wide. Shelter on the inside. Coulter right in the middle. Dakota Armstrong on the outside. Shelter is able to get by the 16 of Joey Coulter.
Look at the run
Look
PK
at this.
has.
PK Jr., Nelson PK Jr. in the 6 makes the run to make it 3 wide on the bottom. Takes the spot away from the 16 of Coulter.
Well, can I tell you what Shelter did? He acted like there wasn't anybody else on the track. He ran in there, slid up the hill, made a move over, and then cut Dakota Armstrong off. So that's one way to do it, I guess.
He's waiting for the spotter to say clear, and it's, well, I'm pretty sure I'm probably clear anyway.
And look who's tied to him. We talked about Nelson PK Jr. trying to learn how to work on his car and what it's telling him when it starts to get tight or loose in the turns, and gets a pit stop, makes some adjustments, and he's right back on it.
Battle for second. The 25 just behind the 55, Steve Barpin, and the 25 of Mikey Kyle. Those two teammates running nose to tail now.
You can see Kyle thinks he's got a faster car. He tried to look on the bottom of Arpin.
Heard a black flag was posted for the 7.
Hey, doesn't have a window there, you see.
Needs the right side window.
It was there, it just fell in. They don't usually fall in.
They don't usually fall in.
They're continuing to battle for the second spot. Mikey Kyle on the inside, Steve Arpin on the outside. Look at Steve Arpin pull away on the higher line coming out of turn 4.
You know, it's a little bit unusual in the fact that these guys are definitely teammates out of Venturini Motorsports stable. Steve Arpin's in a Chevrolet and Mikey Kyle's in a Toyota.